Alright guys, so I'm thinking about the mini slash here today, and the thing I was really curious about is how fast is it. So, got a stock battery in it, this body back on, so easy and nice. Clear off, kind of find a decent spot. We could do it up here on the front, could do it on the top. Let's stick it on the top. I think that's going to be the best place to fully get it to grip down. So I'm just going to go ahead, use some 3M two-sided tape. This is how I do most of my jeans. This is good. Just tape it right down to the body. We'll get as much tape on it as we can, which is usually just 2 strands. Usually do just make sure your body's kind of wiped off. You don't need it super clean. A little bit trickier to peel off. Good thing I got nails, I guess. So let's go ahead and stick that right there. And then, oh, look at the GPS. I've had the GPS on for a little bit. Hoping it'll pick up a signal. It did. It picked up 10. Wow. Wow. It's pretty good. Alright. So let's get outside. First, we're going to do a speed run in the gravel, and then we will do one on the tar. So let's head out there, and let's get it started. Guys, we still have mounts available for these things. This one will actually hold the Traxxas radio, holds all 3 models. Link will be posted down below in the comments. Alright guys, make sure that it's kind of functioning. We'll get to our speed test here. On cement. Let's go track. Start. Make sure it's working. Alright, so that should be a fair enough chance there. Take one full speed. Let's bring it over, take a look, see what we have. Stop, read. Only 21 miles an hour, guys. Ouch. Ouchie, ouch. Alright. Let's get out to the road. And then hopefully get a little bit more speed out of it. I feel like that was faster than 21, but who knows. I got cars on my way out here. Alright guys, let's get this set. Track, start. Make sure it's working. It's really pulling to the left. There we go. Let's go ripping down this. Oh god, that does look slow. Trying to give it a fair chance here, but it's getting up to full speed quick, and it don't look very fast, guys. Alright, let's bring it over and let's check this. Hopefully we did better than in the gravel. So, stop. Read. 29. So we're about that 30. Which is pretty close to stock for the Maxx also. So this must be running around a 20-21 tooth pinion. I'll put that up on the screen somewhere here. Let's go ahead. Let's pull the ramps out. Let's get some jumping action. Let's see how this thing does jumping in stock form. I have not adjusted anything. I have not even played with the suspension or nothing. So just so you guys are aware. Going pretty nice there. Probably pull the GNSS off the top, but I guess we'll leave it. Jumping pretty nice actually. Alright guys. And it actually, I'm kind of surprised. It has enough power to where it's actually kind of pulling the back end down. Sure here hitting the ground though from that from the rear end. Doesn't really have much of it's not really bouncing too bad in the stock form. See if we can make it up this really grassy hill. Okay. guys, so 21 on the gravel and we got 29 on the pavement. We might have been able to squeeze 30 out of it on the pavement if we'd have been patient, but we weren't. I wanted to get to bashing it and thrashing it and seeing kind of how it did, and it did pretty well actually. It held up good. We had a few big crashes. Nothing broke. Even the stock servo held up, which is nice. That's not something we're used to seeing with a Traxxas product. Usually the stock servos don't make it too far. I'll give Arrma credit where credit is due. Their little Mojave is a lot faster than this one out of the box. If you're running a stock 2S, it's not. But if you go ahead, if you go through and add a 3S to that truck right out of the box, which you can do, on mine I did. All I did was switch out the connector, and I was ready to chuck a Spectrum 3S in it. I just put an IC3 on it. So that's something you can do. Guys, I do have videos for that if you're interested in seeing the Mojave videos. I have tons of video of the Mojave. It was a fun little truck. However, they are just too small for my liking, and that is why I've really kept around these Traxxas Minis. I really like the way these Traxxas Minis are. It is just nuts, the size of them. They actually really do handle pretty good. You can throw a full-scale 3S brush system in here right out of the box, but you do take a chance of blowing diffs. If you do that, you do have to upgrade your diffs, and I would upgrade your center drive shaft. So yeah, we are going to do a little build on this truck, guys. I know you want to see it, and it's coming. I am waiting on parts currently. When those parts get here, we will do it. I wanted to get through the speed testing today, and I just kind of wanted to bash it a little bit stock and just see how it held up. And it held up pretty good. When our first video, when we took it out, we really didn't bash it that hard. We just kind of drove it through the sand and stuff and the gravel. But today we actually got some jumps in, and wow, what a lot of fun. It actually jumped very nice, guys. I was pretty impressed. And there's something else in here I'm actually noticing right now that I'm pretty impressed about. Traxxas actually has a thing in here to hold the battery down, which means bigger battery options are now a thing with this one. So I feel like we got a little bit of space there. So I wonder if Traxxas is designing a 3S for this car. That'll be interesting to see. I've got different batteries coming for when we're ready to run 3S, and we're going to throw those in, see how they do. So I got a lot that's going to be going on with this car, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Make sure you check out our wall mounts. I will post a link down below where you can get directly to the wall mount for this. And then, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.